Your fear of black men is irrational. And it is so irrational that you feel more safe with a black man fighting or playing athletics in an arena than you do with him speaking on a microphone outside of it. Your fear of black men is so irrational that when he reaches for his wallet, you would shoot him over 40 times. Your fear of black men is so irrational that you would shoot him while he's handcuffed. Your fear of black men is so irrational that when he reaches for the papers to show you that he has a license to carry a gun, you would kill him. Your fear of black men is so irrational that you may have worked with him before, know him, and still feel comfortable kneeling on the neck of him for over 8 minutes just to show your superiority. Your fear of black men is so irrational that even before they're men and when they're children and they speak out against you, you call it emotional behavior disorder and lock it up in a resource room. Your fear of black people is so irrational that you can see revolution in our hair. Your fear of black people is so irrational that when we speak at a room tone, you say that we're yelling. Your fear of black men is so irrational that when we kneel for our own lives, you complain the game was interrupted. Your fear of black families is so irrational that you would huddle us up into low-income housing, legacy us into neglected neighborhoods, and then hire white men from suburbs way outside of town to come in and police our bodies. Your fear of black men is so irrational that you not only have the death penalty, you still have public executions brought out by law enforcement in different cities all throughout the country. Your fear of black people is so irrational that when you take one of our lives, you muddle it with language that says, we're going through the legal process to figure out if this officer should be fired, let go, or held on trial. Your fear of black people is so irrational that you would burn down Black Wall Street. Your fear of black people is so irrational. You're okay with us running the ball, kind of okay with us throwing the ball, but not really okay with us coaching the people that are running or throwing the ball. Your fear of black men is so irrational that you created Cook County. Your fear of black men is so irrational that you have prisons. Your fear of black men is so irrational that cops have to carry guns. Your fear of black men is so irrational that you have qualified immunity. Your fear of black men is so irrational that you have arbitration. Your fear of black men is so irrational that you have the statute of limitations. Your fear of black women is so irrational that you'll say they deserve better, but you'll never do better by them. Your fear of black women is so irrational that you would call them a felon for having a laser pointer, yet wouldn't hold a white person to the same standard that committed insurrection on the nation's capital. Your fear of black people is so irrational that you would condemn their entire existence based upon 1 hour or 1 day of their lives. Your fear of black women is so irrational that you would rather elect a white guy that says he is the Black Lives Matter leader over a black woman. Your fear of black people is so irrational that you would actually use it as a mask for your hatred. Your fear of black people is irrational.